Yo, yo. What's poppin', Dylan? What's poppin'? All right. late night stream, but it's Friday, so I figured this won't be too late for you boys. Maybe some of you boys are just getting home after a night out. I don't know. But shout out to all the returning viewers. Shout out to everybody watching right now. Main story of the day. Team Haney and Haney-Johnson got into a brawl after the Teofimo Lopes, Shakur Stevenson ceremonial weigh-ins. Jew saying how they get active. Damn, Jew. Well, let me put it to you like this, bro. This stream right now, I'm going to make no money off this stream with the footage I'm showing you boys. This is straight for the streets, all right? I ain't even going to make any money off the stream because they got that active. Here's the photo right here. Here's exactly where it pops off. I freeze framed it for you boys. This is exactly where it popped off. Haney-Johnson went in for a shot on a member of Team Haney, one of the old heads, you know, after talking shit, going back and forth. Also, for the record, Devin Haney's little brother, 17-year-old Sean Haney, is the one who kicked off this beef in the first place. So we're going to watch that video as well. But I mean, essentially, Sean Haney kicks off the beef with Haney-Johnson. I'd be lying to you guys if I told you I knew who he was before this, but that's besides the point. Haney-Johnson ends up beefing with an old head from Team Haney, being like, yo, that's a kid, bro. Beef with me, right? So that's why they start beefing. Boom. Tiger goes in for a shot. Homie in the white hoodie steps in and pops him real good. Real fucking good. Tiger's rocking a fucking couple of scratches under his left eye. Already swelling up. So, I mean, yeah, Team Haney got active on Haney-Johnson, but Haney-Johnson's the one who kicked it off in the first place. And dude in the white hoodie got active on him. Sean Haney got active on him. I mean, the whole squad got active on Homie. Homie was laying on his back. Hands up like this, getting dragged out of the freaking ballroom or wherever the hell they're at. Shout out to everybody joining right now, though. Juice saying sheesh. Space Kid saying hi. What's poppin', Space Kid? Juice Man saying sup, homie. What up, homie? Perfecto says, yo. What's poppin', Perfecto? I'm driving, but what's up? What's up, homie? I see you dropping the fire, the broccoli emoji, the Jamaican flags in the chat. We know what time you're on, homie. We know what time you're on. All right, so I mean, I figure I'll just play you guys the best video first. This kind of shows everything. This shows Sean Haney walking by, kicking it off. Then it shows Tiger beefing with an old head from Team Haney. It shows Tiger throw the first punch. And it shows the kid in the white jacket from Team Haney jump in and catch Haney-Johnson. So let's take a look at this. There's a lot of angles. There's like 12 angles on this. So just get ready. We're about to watch like 12 angles of this fight. And it carried all the way out into the ballroom. I just ate dinner, my bad. If you heard that burp. All right, let's watch it. Everybody like the video, like the stream, subscribe if you're not subscribed.
Hey, Boo. Hey, Boo.
He said, look at me. But yeah, that's Sean Haney right there. 17 years old.
Yeah. That's a kid, nigga.
You see them all jumping on him there? This is not Sean Haney, even though he might have the same hair. But that's not Sean. But you see them all jumping on him? Let's rewind that. Let's take that from the top. So they're popping off. Keep an eye on homie in the white hoodie. Boom. Hit him with a 2-3. Boom. Shucks him off. They start scrapping. Now they jump on him. Now they jump on him. Yeah, Tiger getting jumped there. There's Bill right here. Here's Bill.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Bill.
So I don't know what the whole look at me was about. But yeah, Sean Haney kind of popped it off. And here they are out in the, like, next to the doors somewhere. Also scrapping. AD saying, what's up, Jacob and crew? What's popping, AD? What's popping? We're just reacting to the Devin Haney, or the Team Haney and Tiger Johnson brawl. That's Tiger down over there. Look, they're still kicking on him.
Rock boy shit.
See, that's Sean right there, Sean Haney, who just said ho ass N-word. And they were just beating on that. Tiger's at the bottom of this whole fucking scuffle right here. And I'll show you the video to prove it. I'll show you the video to prove it. But here's White Hoodie 2 right here, who popped him to begin with. Right? So Sean, homie in the white hoodie, Tiger's at the bottom of the scuffle. And they keep going back to beat on him. They keep going back to beat on him. You see Sean right there. Sean right here.
Let's go backward.
See, he's still going back. Still going back to him. It's because Tiger is at the bottom of this.
Yo, Bill.
All right, and then Ellie Sekback also posted his footage of it. So peep it. And then we can see more of the other angles, but let's peep Ellie Sekback. I mean, you guys want to watch the full Ellie Sekback video? Let's watch the full Ellie video. Damn, Ellie's posting a bunch of shit right now. Of course he is. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So Ellie was also in this scuffle. Shout out to Perfecto saying great content, my boy. My man. I'm bringing you guys the heat tonight. Everyone wanted to hear about it, so here it is. Look at him. I mean, homie went out sad. I can't lie. Homie went out sad, bro. Homie went out sad. Getting carried out like this with your hands up on your back is just crazy work. Crazy work. Here's you know, of course, Bill right here. And I do have some stuff to say about this once I'm done showing you guys, so just stay tuned because I think my reaction will be much different than you've been, you know, reading online probably. You know, as usual. That should come as no surprise, but I definitely got something to say. He's saying, come see me. Oh, they came and saw him all right. Oh, they came and saw him all right. And they're still right there looking at him, looking dead at him, saying, come see me. Oh, they're seeing you. They see that cut all up under your eye. Look at Bill. For the record, Bill was just doing an interview. Bill had nothing to do with this whole thing. But Bill came in and he tried separating it as soon as he saw it pop off. Same with Devin. Devin was busy doing an interview. Like promoting himself, you know what I mean? Reacting to the Teo versus Shakur fight tomorrow night. Giving his thoughts on it. And then boom, all this shit popped off. In case you guys were wondering about Bill's involvement, he had none. If anything, he was trying to de-escalate from what I saw. But this is homie right here who popped him. That's homie who popped him. Get a good look at him. I don't know who he is. But he's a member of Team Haney for sure. There he is too, Sean. Sean popped it off. These two. The guilty accomplices. I mean, Team Haney definitely slid on Tiger Johnson. They definitely slid on Tiger Johnson. Okay, we don't need to see this part. Oh yeah, Brian Ortega issued a statement, so more footage, more angles. Look at them beating down on Tiger, stomping him. I mean, homie went out real bad. Stomping him. Look at him stomping him. They're even holding his legs for a second. Look. Look, they're holding his legs. Let's just play all of them. Why not? Teo and his dad wilding out, by the way. See what I mean? Much better with Senior here.
Start fucking breakdancing, bro.
Look at Shakur in the background. Shakur right behind him. Dogging him. Senior. Okay. Miko saying wild. 80 saying Jacob saw De La Hoya talking smack about Zuffa boxing and the Max K boxing announcer. I mean, yeah. We'll see how that whole Zuffa boxing thing plays out, but it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good. Trump also announced a 100+ seat arena stadium being built on the White House lawn. So get ready, boys. UFC White House going to be going crazy. Okay, so here was Bill. Bill was just doing his thing when it all popped off. Juice Man says boxing cringe, no lie. I mean, stay tuned for what I got to say. Stay tuned for what I got to say.
Is this the next fight possibly for Devin if Haney-Johnson beats?
Listen.
You handle that business. You got something up, don't you? Yeah. All right. You handle that business.
Yeah. CG boys in town.
This is the real gentleman of the game right here. He's paved the way for guys like Devin. Inside the ring and outside the ring, but more importantly, outside the ring. He's a champion. Oh, shit.
I work here.
This way.
Everybody gotta go.
This way. Hey, come on. This way. Come on, this way. This way. This way. Let's go. Going that way. Going that way, boss.
Where's that? All right.
Teofimo Lopes.
And then here's this one too. This is one of the better angles as well.
That's a kid, y'all niggas just old. But I'll slap the shit out your bitch. Nigga, I'll slap the shit out you.
So you see Bill grabbing onto Tiger here, trying to stop it. Look at homie's eye, bro. Homie's eye fucked up. Purple, multiple cuts. Yeah. Team Haney did that to him. Damn. Well, I guess now is as good of a time as ever to share my thoughts on this. So, for me, you know, I see AD Kid saying boxing orgs is chaos. I see Juice Man saying boxing cringe, no lie. For me, boys, this is one of the many reasons as to why, you know, boxing in many ways is better than the UFC. All right, I know that that's probably going to shock you guys. I know it's probably going to shock you, but that's how I truly feel. This is why boxing in many ways is better than the UFC. And let me specify it a bit more. Obviously, I like the fights in the UFC more. They're more entertaining. But the build-up, the lead up to fights, the promotional value, boxing's got it. Boxing's got it. The UFC doesn't. Just to contrast it, you know, this is the type of shit that goes down in boxing. And, you know, what did we have at the Volk? Diego Lopes press conference on Wednesday. What do we have there? We had Diego Lopes encouraging Volkanovski to sing fucking Blink-182 again. All right. We had Volk going up to Diego Lopes, tapping him on the shoulder, saying, "Hey, should we go ahead and do a face-off with no shirts on?" If you guys didn't see that. You know what I mean? Volk going up to Diego Lopes after the press conference and saying, "Hey, you want to do a face-off with no shirts on?" I mean, it's cool that Volk wants to promote his own company, but Volk showing up to the press conference in like an apron and stuff like that, you know, boxing has the street aspect, the hood aspect, right? The get down anytime, anywhere aspect. And it's crazy because you'd think UFC fighters are more like that because they can actually, you know, really fight anywhere the fight takes place, on the ground, on the feet. They do it all, right? Kickboxing, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. You would think that this would happen more in MMA, but it doesn't. And, you know, this is one of the reasons why I love boxing. This is why I love boxing, and I wish the UFC would be more like this. Not like fucking Volkanovski singing, "Tonight will be the night that I fall for you." That shit is so fucking gay and corny. It's unbelievable. Or like, you know, these little skits and stuff like that, you know, Volk likes to do. Volk's catching strays, you know, and I don't mean any harm by it, but I like the street aspect. I like the street aspect. You know, the last time we saw it was Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor. But the reason why that shit popped off is because Nate carries himself, you know, like boxers carry themselves. Nate comes out with a full team, right? Nate pulls up with his squad and shit like that to everything he goes to. Fight week, it's Nate and his squad. Devin Haney and his dad pulled up to the weigh-ins, right, to promote themselves and to help promote the fight, probably contractual. But who do they bring? Their entire team. They bring their entire team with them, and shit like this pops off. So I like that. I like the team versus team aspect. I like the coach versus coach aspect. I like the dad versus dad aspect. I like the fighter versus fighter aspect. I like it all. And this is one of the many reasons why, you know, boxing does it better than the UFC. And like I said, this doesn't really have to do with the fighting, but this has to do with bringing a street element, a gangster element. You know what I mean? A raw element to the fight game. You know, this is the shit we like to see. Again, I always say this, but this is a dog sport. You know, this is a dog sport. And we like to see, you know, crazy shit like this. This is what we like to see right here. This is what we like to see right here. Now, you know, let me hear what some of you guys got to say. Miata Boy says, "Let's not act like UFC doesn't do that shit. John Jones throws DC off a stage." I know, bro, but that's like literally a decade ago. You know what we had like probably 2 years ago? Caleb Plant, check left hooking. What's his name? I think it was Jermell Charlo. I don't think it was Jermall. I think it was Jermell. The big twin. The big Charlo twin. We had Caleb Plant check left hooking him for grabbing on his beard. Okay, that was like 2 years ago. For some reason, this stuff doesn't pop off in the UFC like it does in boxing, and I wish it would. And I wish the fighters would also stop being so friendly and respectful. I mean, can we leave the whole respect aspect of martial arts back in, like, you know, the early 2000s? Like, can we just leave that all alone? Honestly, like, I'm over the whole respect aspect of MMA. You know, the bowing and the this and the that. That's part of the reason why this kind of stuff doesn't pop off. Because the fighters carry themselves a certain way. But it's like, honestly, bro, honestly, we're shooting ourselves in the foot here. This is the type of action. This is the type of drama. This is the type of beef we like to see. This is it right here. It's also because these fighters get paid good money. They can employ teams. This is what I've been talking about for years. This is also what I've been talking about for years. You know, when you make a lot of money, you can employ your whole team to come around with you. But these UFC fighters, they can't bring their whole team with them because they don't even make enough money to pay them. Their teammates, their coaches, their trainers, they work regular jobs. So, you know, that's another aspect. That's why it's a whole combination with the UFC that they're lacking. You know, you got to pay the fighters more. You got to allow them to have entourages. You know, you got to let them get in trouble, draw up headlines. This is the type of stuff that comes out of it. For better or for worse. It doesn't all have to be positive. It definitely does not have to all be positive all the time. You know, even Tank Davis, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but he just got locked up for beating on his chick in the strip club. You know, like, I don't know, can the UFC get some kind of crazy shit going? Like, I want some crazy shit going on. Okay, let's see what we got here. Perfecto says, yeah, me too. I want to see more street shit. I mean, we want to see more street shit. Space Kid says, I like the UFC. They don't got to talk a lot to back up their fights, so they just have fun instead, LOL. I mean, Space Kid, you're allowed to, you know, enjoy that about the UFC. I'm not going to get on you too much. But, you know, what I'm saying, that's definitely what I prefer. We can all prefer different things, but that's definitely what I prefer, is this type of shit right here. Street aspect, a dog aspect. UFC was gangster when Brock Lesnar was champ with that promo. Days are long gone. Dylan says, the closest thing we got to the UFC being like the streets is when Team Islam jumped on Dylan Dennis and Jean Jacket. I mean, there we go. We did have something like that. That is true. That is very true. Strickland DDP in the stands. Okay. All right. Okay. You guys are bringing up some good examples. That is what I like to see. AD says, Jacob, remember, MMA is relatively new compared to boxing as a sport. Initially, UFC had to fight for decades in some cases in order for states to sanction MMA fighting. 2016, New York allowed MMA fights. Yeah, so I know that whole narrative that Dana doesn't like his fighters to get in brawls because, you know, they were trying to get on TV back in the day. I get it. Miata Boy says, Jacob, you were just saying Armand shouldn't have headbutted Dan. Well, I mean, he didn't get a title shot. He didn't get a title shot. And also, before anyone says I wasn't in favor of the whole Dylan Dennis brawl, again, I wasn't in favor of it because Dylan Dennis got the lifetime ban, so I made sure to throw the book at Team Makhachev so everybody knew who deserved to be punished. But I mean, I like that shit. I like brawls, but that's why I went off on Team Makhachev as well for that. And the Sean Strickland DDP thing, you know, obviously I love that as well. Juice saying, I don't know why I was thinking Tyga the rapper. Why is 600 Breezy on the screen? Insert your favorite rapper. But no, 600 Breezy does kind of look like him. I won't lie. Dylan Sig, remember when Strickland and DDP had a street fight in the arena? I do remember that. I do. Of course I do. Let's see what else we got here. 80 says UFC goal. Oh, no, wait. Oh, yeah. UFC goal for more than a decade was to make MMA fighters mainstream. In order to do so, it had to create guidelines or guide rails to prevent fighters from wilding out. Boxing literally starting to fall, I guess. UFC could be more mainstream. They'll get there eventually. They got to pay the fighters more. I'm going to keep saying it. Otto saying, yo, what up? I'm hoping you're having a great night out there and nobody else too. Damn, homie, I'm just playing. I'm sure you meant to say and everybody else too. Sorry I came in late, but I'm here now. My man Otto, I'm glad you made it, homie. Shout out to you. Oh, boxing started falling off as the UFC became more mainstream. Yeah, it's a battle of fan bases, I would say, AD. I would say it's a battle of fan bases. You know, boxing thinks that MMA don't got shit on them. MMA thinks that boxing don't got shit on us. Perfecto says Strickland and DDP thing was fucking scripted, homie. I mean, kind of was, but still it happened. Manny saying Haney and his dad like Diaz bros of boxing. Haney lost to Garcia because of the PED enhancement. Notice he beat Loma pretty easily. Well, then they should rematch, Manny. They should rematch, is what they should do. And Haney and his dad like the Diaz bros of boxing. I mean, kind of. There's definitely some similarities. Or Manny, Haney and his dad are like everybody in boxing. You know, everybody in boxing travels around with a big camp. And the Diaz brothers, you know, they carry themselves like boxers. They show up to the events with a big camp with them. So maybe the Diaz brothers just kind of like carry themselves more like boxers. Because, you know, I know you're saying Haney and his dad are like the Diaz bros, and I get the comparison. But I think the more accurate comparison is the Diaz bros, you know, they model themselves after boxing more instead of like, you know, the whole Volk singing Blink-182 shit. Meowed Boy says, but seeing when boxers get into a scuffle, they just end up with a black eye. MMA fighters could throw elbows and cut the opponent. There is no fight. Or then there's no fight. I mean, then they should just do that. You know, they should do that. I get what you're trying to do, Miata Boy. Like you're like how you usually do it when you kind of like, you know, try to minimize the boxers. But I mean, okay, so what? We all know that boxers throw hands. You feel me? We all know that UFC fighters can beat them in a street fight. Nobody's arguing that. But at the end of the day, you know, let's get some more street shit going into the UFC. And maybe it's a little bit of like, I'm pulling from recent history because I'm comparing this to the fight week we're having with Volk and Lopez. And like I'm going to keep saying, where Volk went ahead and started singing, tonight will be the night that I fall for you. You know what I mean? For the 1,000th time he's saying that. It's like, I'm just mostly contrasting these two fight weeks. And I mean, so yeah, I don't want to get it clouded up with the whole like MMA fighters are, you know, more tough than boxers. We all know that. But I'm saying that, like, you know, fight weeks and stuff, I prefer fight weeks to be like this, bro. And these guys aren't even fighting this week. These guys aren't even fighting this week. I think what I'm saying is that the UFC could get even more messy. The UFC could get even more messy. Just stop fucking putting lifetime bans on Dylan Dennis. It's really that simple. Don't put a lifetime ban on Dylan Dennis. The UFC can get even more messy. Dylan saying Armand pushing Bobby Green was some hood shit. Yeah, Armand does kind of like, you know, pop off quite a few things. I'll give it to Armand. King Blue says, bro, why'd they fuck him up? The short story, King Blue, is Devin Haney's 17-year-old brother Sean walked by this guy, Tiger Johnson, and he was instigating. He was talking a little bit of shit, saying like, look at me, or something like that. Tiger Johnson starts talking shit back to Sean Haney. An old head from Team Haney starts talking shit back to Tiger, saying, talk shit to me. I'll do something. I'm a grown man. You're talking shit to a kid. Eventually, the trash talk between old head and Tiger pops off. Tiger throws the first shot, and another member from Team Haney, a younger kid who's probably, you know, at least legal adult, jumps in and catches Tiger with a 2-3. So, and then, you know, Tiger essentially gets jumped inside the ballroom. Then they start scrapping outside the ballroom. Tiger's still getting jumped. Tiger on his back, you know what I mean? Getting kicked, gets like dragged out of the ballroom. And, you know, that's pretty much the full story. Miata Boy says, any boxer needs to watch Justin versus Johnson or Justin versus Chandler. Boxing will never make me feel that way. Miata Boy, I doubt you watched it, but if you watched Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, it would definitely make you feel that way. There's no need, in my opinion, if I can just isolate Miata Boy real quick, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to let you do whatever you want, but I'm going to just say this because it just, you know, it's on my mind now. There's no need to be picking sides between boxing and MMA. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need to, you know, like, they're both combat sports, and, you know, they both can deliver good products from time to time. But, like, yeah, I mean, like, boxing will never make me feel that way. Like, I don't even know why. Not that it's a big deal by any means, but it's like, why do you even, like, you know, want to make a statement like that? You just never want to like boxing or what? Like, of course, boxing can make you feel like that. Like, boxing is more than capable of having wars. You know, that you know, that doesn't even make any sense, really. Some of the best fights of all time took place in boxing. Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. Trying to think of another one. Oh, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. Some great fights. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. And you're allowed to like boxing or MMA more, but you know, when you say boxing will never make me feel that way, I'm just letting you know, like, it could definitely make you feel that way. Why shut off your horizons? Miata says, I watch boxing, it's just not my style. I mean, fair enough. But you also watch like UFC BJJ. So, you know. And you also watch Zuffa boxing now. Miata Boy, you also watch Zuffa boxing. Okay. You also fucking watch Zuffa boxing. James Steele says boxing needs smaller gloves to be more entertaining. I could see that. I could see smaller gloves being more entertaining. Miata Boy says I like grappling. I got you. I got you. I like grappling as well. I like them all. I like them all. I guess what I don't really like to watch is like kickboxing. I watched 2 fights of Zuffa. Figures. That would be a tough watch, that Zuffa boxing. 2 fights, I'd be out of there too. At least you gave it a go. But, yeah, to be honest, I've tried watching kickboxing. I don't really like kickboxing too much. Anyone watch kickboxing? Oh, yeah, they released the Epstein files. You guys see that? The Department of Justice released over 3 million pages from the Epstein files. The release included 2,000 videos and 180,000 new images, which require age verification to view. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche confirmed that some documents are still being withheld to protect the identity of victims. I don't know if this is entirely true. Oh, Miata Boy says the 2 fights I watched were fire. Juice Man says kickboxing is the shit, homie. I mean, I've tried to watch it. But it's a bit tough to watch. Miata Boy, you just got to be like a UFC lover then, because you be liking the boxing that you see in Zuffa, but you don't like that in regular boxing, or what? It's not making any sense to me. You know what I mean? How can you say the Zuffa fights were fire when with everything you've said about boxing? What am I looking up? What the fuck am I looking up? Oh. Shout out Tony has died. I don't know if this is true or not. We're about to find out. But and once again, Juice Man saying kickboxing is the shit. I think it's cool. Nothing against it. Like not even trying to talk shit on kickboxing. It's just like not something I can like really get behind, you know? Like if I'm really bored or if I'm, scrolling through cable TV, I might turn it on, but that's about it. James Steele says, "Did you see Buck at DBX tonight?" I did. I saw him at DBX. He's I think he signed on with Overdog's podcast. So Overdogs flew him out to come to DBX to help promote. But aside from Buck being there, that was a rough DBX card. Usually DBX got at least one guy worth tuning into. That was a rough DBX card. They've had Yoel as the main event. They've had Gable Steveson on there. They've had Brian Battle on there. But this event, couldn't be bothered with it personally. Did you guys tune into it or what? I'm actually curious to know if you guys tuned into it. Dylan saying Stadium Muay Thai is boring as hell. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I used to watch some Muay Thai, like lion fights, I think it was. Joe Natawat. You guys know Joe Natawat? Smoking Joe. That's how long ago I was watching kickboxing or Muay Thai, lion fights, whatever you want to call it. Juice Man says boxing is boring. BKFC is better than boxing, in my opinion. That's a fair take. But for me, I like storyline and matchups as well. For me nowadays, it's really hard for me to just like watch fights just to watch them. If it's like a crazy knockout, like cool, I'll catch it on the highlight replays. But I'm not going to sit there from the beginning to end of a BKFC card. And I wouldn't even do that for boxing either. But I will tune in, for good fights, good matchups, good storylines. I will tune in for that, no matter what promotion it is. If BKFC is selling a good matchup, a good storyline, like Luke Rockhold versus Mike Perry, or not Luke Rockhold, or Mike Perry versus MVP and shit like that, okay, I'm tuning in. So yeah, that's how I kind of like base my watch value, or however you would say that. Like that's why I won't watch Zuffa boxing. I don't know anyone who's fighting, and I think subconsciously a lot of the fans agree with me, because if that was the case and people were opposite of what I'm saying, then you all would watch the PFL. And I mean, maybe half of you guys watch the PFL who are in this stream right now, but I know probably at least the other half don't. So I think the reason why people don't watch the PFL is not because they don't get good finishes or good fights or have decent fighters, but it's because there's no storyline. There's no storyline. But BKFC, to add to that again, bringing in McGregor definitely adds to the storylines as well. Even like Jeremy Stevens versus Eddie Alvarez and shit, I was down for that. That was some good shit. Or Eddie Alvarez versus Chad Mendez. That was good shit. Okay, Miata Boy saying Zuffa boxing wasn't fire, but it was okay. Watched part of it. 1FC Muay Thai is boring as fuck. Yeah, I never really watch it, to be honest. They got decent names, but I still don't really watch it. I'll catch replays. James says DBX was a decent card, but needed a different main event. Yeah, it needed one of those to draw in the masses. It was missing that. Miata Boy says BKFC is cool, but I can't do the crazy cuts. It's way too violent for my personality. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't get too gored out by the cuts and stuff like that. And when it comes to fighting, the cuts don't bother me. But if someone's going to show me like a video of someone doing a surgery and cutting something open with a knife, I can't really watch that shit. So I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Because like I'm like immune to it when it comes to fights. All right. I don't know what this is, but I figured I'd bring this to your guys' attention. Jeffrey Epstein was a John Jones fan. Tony Has Died says Big Jeff did not sign the petition. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if this is like, you know, because in this day and age, everything's fucking AI if it hasn't been verified. And I didn't have time to verify this. But apparently this is an email from, you know, what's supposed to be the Epstein files to Story Cowlessy from JEE Vacation. 3/23/2010 on a Tuesday. Subject UFC versus 1. UFC versus 1 Vera versus Jones is not available on demand, but you can order it online. Would you like me to order it and have it ready for play on your iMac in Cabana? He responded, yes. What the hell is this? I want to know if this is fake or not. Message from Gary. I sent message about $17.5 million, but he hasn't responded yet. Here's another email titled BJJ as the subject. October 17th, 2016. Hi, Larry. Spoke with Mark. He said the airplane is in Las Vegas. It actually lives in a hangar. It does not stay outside. Apparently, the Fertittas just sold the UFC business for $4.4 billion and are moving up to something else. He said their expectation is 25 million or millimeters. Everything is negotiable, as you know. They haven't done any next gen mods yet. Let me know if you need anything else, Gary. Your YouTube subscription receipt, UFC Select. Hello, Little Saint Jeff 1. Thanks again for subscribing to UFC Select on YouTube. Your free trial has ended and you'll be charged $5.99 a month starting today. Your receipt for your first payment is below. To watch videos from this channel, so he's subscribed to UFC Select on YouTube. I mean, big UFC fan. Mr. Epstein, if this is true. They're saying makes sense, makes total sense. So he's the average John Jones fan.
How did you know?
Same thing. Interesting. Interesting. Who knows what the fuck, you know, whether that's true or not. Miata Boy says, I liked what I watched for Zuffa. There isn't 200 people in the watch out. I don't even want to read your chat, Miata Boy, because it's like so poorly written. But there's not 200 people watching. I mean, I'd like to have more than 200 people watching. Not random concerts. I mean, only Turkey Al-Sheikh does that. That's not the norm for boxing events. And then the dumb shorts and shit. I mean, I like the shorts way more than Zuffa's uniform policy, but you know, to each his own. To each his own. All right, Mr. Donald Trump. Now that we had that little segue, with the whole Donald Trump thing. Oh, my bad. Now that we had the segue with the Epstein files, we got Donald Trump announcing they're building a 100,000 seat stadium on the White House lawn. What's poppin', Soda Pop? Saying just spoke to a famous influencer who was a guest on Matan's podcast. Crazy experience. What's their name? We could even look them up right now, Soda Pop. Seasway says Haney needs to have a better team that doesn't instigate fights because someone will get seriously hurt because one of these guys will take to the streets. Well done to Bill Haney for de-escalating. Okay, shout out to Sizewee. Contrary to what you had to say, Sizewee, I absolutely loved the brawl. I absolutely loved it, you know. But I mean, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. But with that being said, I loved it. Come on. I'm a messy guy, as we all know. So, of course, I like the drama. All right, let's hear Trump announcing. Making the big announcement. Oh, Burt Bronx. Okay, Soda Pop. I could pull him up here in a second, Burt Bronx.
They are going to put up something that's really amazing. It's really having to do with our great 250th birthday, where we're having so many wonderful things. UFC is coming, as you know, in front of the White House with the building literally a stadium. We're going to have over 100,000 people. And this is going to have a lot of people. I won't even say how many people because I think it can set a record for racing. It's going to be very, very important. We're celebrating greatness with America. They are going to put up something that's really amazing. It's really having to do with our great 250th birthday, where we're having so many wonderful things. UFC is coming, as you know, in front of the White House with the building literally a stadium. We're going to have over 100,000 people.
Crazy. Crazy. Building a stadium. And I saw a report today that Dana said they're not going to use any taxpayer dollars. How is that going to work? 100,000 seat stadium. No taxpayer dollars. Impressive. Even this shit, though. Even this shit. You know, the UFC, when do we get face-offs like this? I just want these UFC fighters to get more gutter with it. You know? If I can say so myself. My president right there, Trump, 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 Trump. Shit, we could get into Trump and then politics. But all I'll say is Trump did good with the deportations, no? I mean, I don't know how everybody feels about that. But it seems like he did a good job, but now he's kind of like, you know, listening to all the backlash and falling victim to it. I don't know. Are we against the deportations or not? But all I'm saying with that is Trump should be standing 10 toes down, I think, on what he ran on. And what he ran on is deportations. Trump, 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 Trump. Yeah, I think Trump should stand on the deportations. I don't think he should pull back, but I think that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to pull back because of all the backlash ICE is getting. That's a side note, but I figure Miata Boy says, nah, shit, I might join ICE. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I think, you know, I think there's a lot of propaganda going on right now to make ICE out to be the bad guys. And I mean, Trump ran, you know, on deportations. You know, couple people have died, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You know, that might come with the territory. And, you know, homie who recently died, you know, word on the street is he was escalating a lot of things. Kicking the car and shit like that. Me and Jacob in America sending them all back. Well, I mean, you know, wouldn't you say that the illegals like take away opportunities for the legals who are here, the people who are here legally? You know what I'm saying? Like the illegals take away jobs from like, legal immigrants. Otto says they are the bad guys, bro. Which way you picture or put it in, they are the ones in the wrong. All right, Otto. All right. I'm not going to get mad at anyone for, their opinions. So don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? We just having a little bit of a side note conversation here. Soda Pop says, I support the idea of ICE, but the way they're going about it is absolutely horrible. Okay. All right. Okay, Space Kid says, I'm only seeing videos of them taking working immigrants trying to better themselves, so I'm in the middle, IDK. Yeah, I like to fall more in the middle, but I'm just kind of, I don't know, man. I'm leaning on the side of keep doing deportations. I'm in the middle, but I'm leaning towards keep doing them. And that's not to be insensitive. It's really not. It's really not to be insensitive. It's just, I guess to keep it simple, America first, shout out America first. He's not in the chat tonight, but, Miata Boy says, yes, they do take away jobs from the legals. Otto says, no, they don't. There's jobs open for people to get, but nobody's applying to those jobs. They're not taking nothing away. Okay, Otto. All right, Otto, I got you. I wish they'd hire up to par people to do the ICE agent job. I mean, I hear they're like retired cops and stuff. Anyway, we can resume that conversation another day. I do have more thoughts that I could share with you about it, but those were just some of my raw thoughts. The other day I was like if you were to ask me my thoughts about this a week ago, I would have told you that the deportations are a bad thing. So I kind of have changed my stance after listening to a lot of opinions out there. Okay, let's watch. Otto says, I came from the state where if the economy collapsed, or you're saying, I came from the state where the economy collapsed 3 times because of the deportations. It was not good for the states or making money for the states. It was making it harder to make for the U.S. money. That's why we're still in a bad climate now, because we haven't had nobody to actually make money for the United States yet. Okay. What are these jobs that they're exactly, my question would be, what are the jobs that they're not, that are not being filled due to the deportations? Like, are they factory jobs, like manufacturing jobs? At the end of the day, I think Trump's got to make us our money. But I get what you're saying, like, state by state, they all have their individual economies. But if you're saying to make the U.S. money, I mean, I think that's more so Trump's job. Soda Pop saying, and also a lot of those agents are just ego driven. I mean, I have seen some messiness. Roofing, construction, electrician, farmers, and other jobs that there is like being a janitor. I've heard about some of the farming stuff. And construction as well. No, it's an interesting topic. It's a very interesting topic to have. Because on the other side of things too, you know, there's a lot of like criminals who have come into the country, so they're also getting deported. So I know there's this happy medium where they're kind of saying, okay, deport the criminals and deport the convicted felons, but, you know, let the workers stay. I get it. I get it's a very nuanced conversation, and, you know, that's another conversation I'd be willing to have, you know. Get rid of the criminals, but let the workers stay. But, you know, you got to let the workers stay on like a temporary visa still. You can't just give them immunity and amnesty to just be here illegally. You know what I mean? Like, if you are going to do that, they need to be here on an expiring visa, and they have an X amount of time to get their papers, or they're out of here, regardless if they're working or not. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of nice people who come here and they would be willing to work and abide by our laws, but they can't get the papers for whatever reason, and they got to go home. And that's just how it works. That's just how it works. You know, that's just how it works. That's what I would say. We can't give amnesty to people who are here illegally. Like, yes, we can delay the process for the people who aren't breaking laws and put our focus on the people who are committing crimes. But, you know, eventually we got to give these illegals the boot. You know what I mean? And give them time to get paperwork, or if they can't achieve it in that period of time, they need to go back home, reassess, and come back. It's not on us. It's not on us. This is a nice little face-off here with Keyshawn and his opponent, Ortiz. Figured I'd play it for you guys.
Nigga, you do everything I do. You my son. You're my son. You know this top level? I'm not gangster, boy. I believe in Jesus Christ. You acting, bro. You're acting. You're acting. Stop acting. Stop acting. What make you so real? You don't feel it too much. This dude acting, man. Stop acting, man. Be yourself. It's not you. It's not you. I'm gonna show it. You know that how I show it? I'm gonna knock you out. I swear I'm gonna knock you out. I swear I'm gonna knock you out. Do what? Tomorrow? Yeah, I am. Don't worry. I am. This is fun. I'm gonna knock your ass out. You don't even know it. Silly man. Okay. See, you caught me, right? You caught me.
Silly man's a good one. I kind of like that. Silly man. I kind of like that. Otto says, yeah, that's how they've been doing it for years in the States. A lot of people who have visas and affirmation to work here, but the ones I've been noticing, they're not targeting criminals, because there are criminals that are still selling drugs, especially in my state. The drug rate is really high, and how the criminals are people from out of the country, but they're not going after them. That I don't have answers for. You know what I mean? I don't know who they're targeting, but they should definitely be getting rid of criminals. RPG says, real deal fights here, no WWE. I mean, no WWE, homie. No WWE. And, you know, we did get this type of thing with Rafael Fiziev and Mauricio Ruffy. It was a bit, you know, different because neither man is American. But, you know, they did their thing. They popped their shit. Volk and Diego, a bit too respectful for me. Just a bit too respectful, man. And I get it. I totally get it. But, I mean, let me put it like this, okay? They don't got to be... they're too friendly. I don't mind respect, right? I don't mind respect. But Diego and Volk are too friendly even. Too friendly. Like I said, getting him to sing, lame, corny... Lame and corny. Okay, going up to Diego and getting a verbal agreement that they're gonna face off with their shirts off at the press conference. Lame, corny. Lame, corny. And like I said, I don't mind respect, but friendliness is too much for me. Like, no friendliness. Yeah, give the crowd some action. Make them roll up for this fight. Shit, yeah, make them roll up some joints for that fight. I'm playing. And you know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about, right? So we just played that Shakur, not that Shakur. We just played that why I'm blanking. Oh, Keyshawn Davis face-off, right? Now let's look at tomorrow night's main event face-off. All right. I mean, in my opinion, I've had a few things to say about this, but it's best to be said on stream and not in it's best to be said in stream and not on Instagram caption. So here's what I want to say before you boys watch this clip. I mean, this Paramount era, low key, I don't even want to be negative, but I'm just going to say it. And whatever, I'll do my explaining later. I'm just going to give you guys the big bold statement right off the back, which is the Paramount era is off to a terrible start. You know, I felt a huge lack of aura, a massive lack of aura in this weigh-in. It was almost like there was no atmosphere, zero atmosphere. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this. It's the same old production, I believe, but somehow, some way, as we've entered this Paramount era, this face-off, this ceremonial weigh-in face-off, I mean, I can't explain it, but zero atmosphere, massive aura loss, and just zero atmosphere. Like, zero atmosphere. I don't know if it was the production or what, but, like, you can hear, like, Volk basically, like, you know, grunting on the scale, and usually the crowd drowns that out, right? Usually you just see the fighters, you know, screaming a little bit on the scale, but it's drawn out from the crowd. You could hear everything from Volk. And even the face-off, and after they faced off, it was just very, like, you know, lackadaisical, zero fucking atmosphere. That's what I got to say. Zero atmosphere. Let's play it now. Let's play it. And Jew got me dying. Jew got me dying saying, it's kind of kiddish. Hey, bro, let's face off and take our shirts off. I mean, you guys saw it, right? You guys saw it. I'm not tripping. You guys know I'm not, you know, I'm not making anything up. Like, Volk went over to Diego Lopes after the pre-fight press conference, and he's like, yo, like, let's face off with the shirts off. And, you know, Diego Lopes agreed. But, I mean, gay as fuck. Gay as fuck. Otto saying, LOL, the singing is cringe. I know, it's cringe. It's cringe. Thank you. Thank you to Soda Pop. I mean, not, you know, I don't got to thank you guys, but it's just like, you know, I'm glad somebody agrees with me. Miata Boy says the aura left when I left. Tyler Betts says sup. Soda Pop says, Jacob, tell me what mic and webcam you use whenever you're free. I want to start streaming for real, for real. I got you, homie. I'll DM it to you, Soda Pop. I got you. I got you. You know I got you, homie. That'll be good shit too. You should definitely start streaming. Miata Boy says, me and Jew are going ice. Mark Hatch says, Ortiz can beat him. Keyshawn is a clown. Shout out to Mark Hatch. Mark Hatch loves the boxing talk. Shout out to Mark. Mark, you got to watch the beginning of the stream where I reacted to the Devin Haney or Team Haney versus Tiger Johnson. Did you know Tiger Johnson before this, Mark Hatch? Because I didn't. Anyway, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Let's watch the face-off with zero aura and zero atmosphere. Minus 50 aura points for Volk.
Wait for the champ, Alexander Volkanovski. Let's go! Official wait for the champ.
One more time. You can hear him go, yeah.
Alexander Volkanovski. Let's go!
Okay, so again, I mean, just terrible. Space Kid says, I fuck with it, to be honest. Space Kid, shit, homie. You give me hope, homie. You give me hope, Space Kid. You give me hope. At least we got some people fucking with it. And, you know, honestly, I feel like a negative Nancy. I feel like I'm bashing the Paramount era. You know, we're off to the first 2 pay-per-view cards, and, you know, I haven't had much positive things to say about it. Now, when there's positive things to say, I will take the opportunity and say it. But as of right now, I just got nothing positive to say about this Paramount era. Couldn't think of one thing to say positive. I mean, you know, we flexed the numbers on like Monday or Tuesday. So, I mean, I tried my best, but this is how I'm feeling, bro. This is how I'm feeling. Just a lack of excitement, a lack of aura. I know we're starting off with 2 main events that nobody asked for. So that's probably, you know, that's probably causing some of what's going on right now. You know, the lack of atmosphere in that arena, whatever it happened to be. But Miata Boy says, I thought the face-offs were good. Honestly, like, I'm just isolating this one face-off. I kind of mentioned I enjoyed the Fiziev and Ruffy face-off, you know. They're 2 international guys, so I don't expect a ton of trash talk. One's Brazilian, one's from Azerbaijan. But, like, you know, I liked what Rafael brought to the table. I liked Ruffy's little, you know, little short guy gesture. I liked it. The rest of the weigh-ins, I mean, I didn't pay too much attention. Release the Dana White Files, LMAO, from Space Kid. Mark Hatch says, nah, Tiger Johnson is a new name to me. Well, homie's famous now. We all know Tiger Johnson now. I didn't know him either, though. Otto says, yeah, I don't get why they're singing. I just know it's funny. Damn, so Dana is in the files. Yep, Dana's in the files. I mean, more so Fertitta. More so Lorenzo Fertitta's in the files. And, you know, John Jones is in the files. They wanted to see Jones versus Vera. Otto says they could at least make each other flinch or fake out or fake to punch somebody or do something or push somebody toward the end. I mean, something. Something, Otto. Something. Miata Boy says Ruffy needs to win. Buddy got to spend some money on a trip to Turkey. What's your boy's thoughts? I mean, just drop it into the chat. Who you're picking between that Fiziev or Ruffy. That's like a pretty good 50-50 fight right there. That's a pretty good 50-50. I mean, Fiziev is on, like, you know, he's a little bit below Gaethje's level, Fiziev. But I mean, is Mauricio Ruffy even close to Gaethje's level? That would be my gauge. I know it's MMA math, and that's probably a trash way of looking at things, but that's how I'm going to look at it right now. I think if you want a style breakdown, you know, Fiziev is more clean, crisp, short shots, good technique, less flash. You know, he throws some flash, but it's very good technique, short shots, clean and crisp, defensively sound. You know, Ruffy, he's more that flash. He's more that style. So, I mean, with the flash and the style, yeah, you can beat guys, but, you know, you can't beat guys like Fiziev, in my opinion. Because Fiziev, you know, he's licking his chops. He's licking his lips, no diddy, at that flash and style. You know, and he's going to beat you to the punch nearly every time because he throws the shorter shots. He's more defensively sound. That's my opinion. That's my technical breakdown. And then Otto saying, oh, did you hear about somebody cheating on their weigh-ins? Yes, homie. We actually reacted to that at the end of last night's stream, Otto. You must have dipped early. But we reacted to it at the very end of last night's stream, courtesy of Miata Boy. Space Key says, I forgot who said it, but I do agree that they don't talk trash because they're scared to get put on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I hate that about UFC fighters, bro. I hate that about UFC fighters. UFC fighters just like, oh, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. But it's because if you just consider this, right? Consider this. In boxing doesn't make these fighters, right? Boxing doesn't make these fighters. When it comes to MMA, the UFC makes fighters, right? If you never signed to the UFC, you're not official. You could be a pro MMA fighter fighting for PFL and nobody gives a fuck about you, at least in the US. I know PFL fighters are more popular in Paris and shit like that, but in the US, no one gives a fuck about you. So I think boxers, you know, they have to grow their name a little bit more. They have to rely on learning self-promotion, right? They have to rely on the media to get headlines because it's not like they just get an automatic cosign for being a boxer. But in the UFC, that's kind of how it works. I mean, you kind of just get an automatic cosign for being a UFC fighter. And I think that's why a lot of guys, they're not vocal. They don't know how to promote themselves. They don't know how to sell themselves because they're waiting on the UFC to do it. You know, and yes, these fighters do get a lot of followers after getting a good knockout in the UFC when they're relatively unknowns because of the cult following of the fan base. But I think fighters get it twisted. Fighters get it twisted and they start thinking like, oh yeah, I'm the shit. People like me. Nah, bro. That's the cult fan base just giving you a follow because you got a viral ass knockout and they're slightly interested in you. But you don't even know how to show them more. And the second you're out of the UFC, all those homies that hit the follow button are hitting the unfollow button. They don't give a fuck about you no more. Why? Because you never showed your personality. You never used the media to get headlines. So, I mean, that's kind of like where I'm at with it. Like, if you want my opinion as to why UFC fighters don't promote themselves, because they think that the UFC, you know, is the promotion in itself. Like, they don't see the value in the media and, like, you know, talking some shit and getting buzz. They just don't see it. They just don't see it. Some people do, you know, but they're fewer and farther between. I mean, Justin Gaethje just the other day, you know, again, some of these are going to be bad examples, but even Gaethje the other day, he's like, if I had the slightest bit of personality, like the slightest bit, like, I don't know. I think the culture should shift to where, like, you know, you got to have personality, bro. You can't keep stinking up these events. And look, who just got a personality? Armand. Anthony's saying, I love this whole boxing card. Good fights. Yeah, I think it is going to be a good card. I mean, Keyshawn's the co-main. I saw that the card did lose a bout, though. Ryan Garcia's card is going to be good as well. The undercard is going to be pretty good. Anthony says, all those Bellator. Oh my God, that's the worst way of spelling it ever, but that's killing me. That's killing me right now. Homie didn't even know how to spell Bellator. Shout out to Anthony. You killing me with that. And I'm not even trolling you. That's more of a troll on Bellator. Like, goddamn, bro. Anthony Robertson couldn't even spell out your damn name, Bellator. Smellator fighters. But Anthony's saying all those Bellator champions were excellent. I know. Shout out Patchy Mix. Miata Boy says hardcore fans don't even give a fuck about PFL fighters. Oh, no, wait. Let me reread that. Hardcore fans don't even give a fuck about PFL. PFL fighters don't even care about the PFL. Ask Francis. I mean, damn. No, I think you're right about that, Miata Boy. I think 90% of the fighters who have signed with PFL in the last, like, 3 years are just utterly regretting that decision. They're absolutely hating it. They would probably take less money to be in the UFC where someone actually gives a fuck about their fights. Because these guys are just training, working, and no one's watching. No one's listening. Post about a fucking PFL fight. You're going to get the lowest engagement you've ever received in your life, I'm telling you. Like, that's why we don't even do it anymore. Like, the media, you know, we don't do it anymore. We get the lowest engagement. It's actually embarrassing numbers we pull in. And it makes us look bad. So, you know, there's only so much PFL posting we can do. That's the God's honest truth. Mark Hatch says, yeah, Tyson Fury talked about how important it is to promote yourself in one interview early in his career. I mean, it's very important. It's very important. Space Kid says, definitely should have personality, but UFC should do better promoting these fighters. I agree with you, Space Kid. The UFC should do better. The UFC should do better. I'm going to say it again, like I've said several times, but it all starts with face-to-faces on fight weeks, and it also starts with countdowns. But I don't just want, one countdown dropping on Sunday before the event. I want countdowns dropping 3 to 5 weeks before the fight even takes place. I want 5 countdown episodes. You feel me? 30 minutes each. 30 to 45 minutes each. Sprinkle in a couple 45-minute episodes in there just to give us a special treat. You feel me? That's what I want to see. 3 to 5 countdown episodes dropping 3 to 5 weeks before the fight. I want a face-off dropping, right? The week of the fight. That's what I want. Bellator was so good. Pull up the clip of Pico getting highlight reeled. Honestly, I can't do that, Miata boy. That's going to be copyright. That's definitely going to be copyright. I like to roll the clips, Miata boy. Nothing makes me happier than rolling the clips for you boys. But I can't do that one. Space Kid says, as for the countdowns, I don't know why I had to read out your That was kind of zesty. My bad on that. My apologies on that one, boys. As for the countdowns, they're not going to be locked in as much as it was 1 week into the fight. What do you mean, homie? You're saying they're not going to be as locked in as they are 1 week out from the fight? I mean, Space Kid, do yourself a favor and watch Floyd Mayweather 24/7 and come back tomorrow and report back to me and tell me what you thought. No, I'm being genuinely serious, Space Kid. Do yourself a favor, or do me a favor. Go watch 2 episodes of Mayweather De La Hoya 24/7. Okay, there was a 5-part series. Mayweather De La Hoya 24/7. All right. And basically just tell me what you think about that, because you're saying they're not going to be as locked in. So, I mean, I'm just giving you something to watch, and then you tell me if you still feel that way, because that's why I'm saying the UFC should do it like that, because these guys are locked in. 4 weeks out, they're locked in, bro. 3 weeks out, they're locked in. 2 weeks out, they're locked in. And if they're not locked in, Space Kid, then fuck them. Then fuck them, Space Kid. They don't deserve the spotlight anyway. If a UFC fighter got an 8-week camp and he not locked in 5 weeks out, fuck him. Fuck him. Expose his ass. I want to see him eating fucking hot Cheetos on the couch. Okay, that's what we finna talk about. You feel me, Space Kid? But nah, check out the 24/7s, Mayweather versus De La Hoya. I think you're going to love it, bro. Even Nick Diaz had these countdowns. See, the UFC has pulled back so much, it's crazy. Nick Diaz had these countdowns. You look this one up, Space Kid. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, the first episode, they were going places, doing traditions, and having fun. They were not even making weight, some of them. Okay, Space Kid. Now we're getting in the weeds, but I'm locked in on this right now. Do yourself a favor, homie, because this is exactly what I'm talking about, and the UFC used to do this. You can Google UFC 143. Timestamp this, write this down, do whatever you need. I'm trying to help you out, though. UFC 143 primetime. Yeah, UFC used to do primetime. Diaz versus Condit, episode 1, episode 2, and episode 3. Okay, UFC released a 3-part series on Nick Diaz and Carlos Condit before their fight for the interim welterweight title. Never forget, So the UFC used to do this shit. They pulled back heavy, bro. They used to do this shit. And this is what I'm talking about, you know, UFC Prime Time, you know, 3-part series, 5-part series, whatever it is. So they used to do this and face-to-faces. It's not like we're asking the UFC to do something they never did before. We're actually asking them to go back to how they used to promote, you know, the stuff that captured us back in the day. Miata Boy says, fine, we can remake the clip. Where's your neighbor? All right, that's a good one, homie. She's actually being chill right now. It's 11:30. I'm talking loud. I'm yelling, and she not saying shit. I told you, boy, she's chill. She don't give a fuck. As long as I keep it down for her daughter, like Monday through Thursday, she don't give a fuck. Actually, Sunday through Thursday. But shout out to my upstairs neighbor. You know, I don't know what you guys think about her, but you know, low key, I kind of fuck with her. I kind of fuck with her. She seems chill. I got a good radar for that. If somebody's like a real hard ass, I definitely got a radar, and she doesn't make my radar go off. But shit, if she gets on my ass, you know, too much, we might have to remake that clip, Miata Boy. We might have to remake that Lerone Murphy, Aaron Pico clip on her for the one time. You feel me? Miata Boy says, speaking of not being locked in, T-City made a video about him pulling out of the fight. We will check that out. I got that bookmarked. Space Kid says, I'll check it out for sure. But yeah, they have pulled back. I missed the face-to-faces and John Jones and Connor on the news for promo. Exactly. All right, we finally settled on that then. Tyler Bed says, we don't really fuck with her. All right, good to know. Good to know. Anthony Robertson says, boxers are rich, MMA fighters are broke. Only the person rich in MMA is Dana White. I mean, homie, you are not wrong at all. Oh, here's a statement that was issued. In the aftermath, the MSG family of companies issued this statement after the Okay, let me just read this. I was reading it backwards. This brawl happened at the Shakur x Tio weigh-ins earlier today at the theater next door to MSG. In the aftermath, the MSG family of companies issued this statement. Violence will not be condoned at MSG across any type of event, including hockey, basketball, boxing, concerts, or special events. If any individual is found to participate in violent activity, whether you are part of the event or a patron, you will be banned for life and unable to attend or participate in any event across all our venues. So damn, bro. Bill not going to get the lifetime ban, but Sean Haney getting the lifetime ban. Sean Haney getting the lifetime ban, and so is Tiger Johnson for throwing the first punch. Miata Boy says, Jacob trying to remake the Izzy versus Costa clip. I mean, shit, we could remake that clip, but not with another dude. We can make that clip, but not with another dude. Shout out to the Zest Monster, Izzy. Anthony Robertson says, Tio and Shakur Stevenson ate Goy. What the hell does that mean? Friday Night Duels. We're seeing some stuff on the timeline. Friday Night Duels. Penn State versus Nebraska. The final minute of Penn State's Cole Murasola versus Nebraska's AJ Ferrari. Oh, we got to watch that. We'll take a look at that. But I promised you guys Brian Ortega's statement first. Let's play it. Let's play it. The Blue-Eyed Bandit, Brian Ortega. Let's hear what he got to say. Space Kid says, who you got in the boxing event later tonight? I'm rocking with Shakur. I was about to say Tio. I'm rocking with Shakur, Space Kid. A lot of people aren't because Shakur not a fan-friendly, fan-favorite fighter, you know. But I'm rocking with Shakur. I won't be surprised if Tio gets the job done, though. It's just Shakur still got that O. Teo been beat by I think George Kambosos, bro. And Teo getting beat by Kambosos, you know, I know he was battling stuff, but I mean Kambosos, Shakur ain't never losing to Kambosos. At least I hope not. So yeah, I will be rocking with Shakur. But it's a good fight, Space Kid. It's actually a solid ass fight, bro. And Shakur low-key boring as hell, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, Space Kid. We'll see. Tune in tomorrow. I'll be live streaming. Shakur's the favorite with the bookies too. I figure, Mark. I figure that would be the case. Cortez took T-City's career. That snatch got to be fire. Mark Hatch says, I got Teo, just a feeling or even a draw. I got a little bit of a feeling Teo's going to upset some people tomorrow. Teo beat the Australian champion. Who did Teofimo Lopes lose to? George Kambosos Jr., Anthony Robertson, the Australian champion. I mean, I don't know if he's Australian or from New Zealand, but yeah. Teo lost to George Kambosos after he beat fucking Lomachenko. So it's very confusing, you know. You beat a guy like Lomachenko, then you lose to Kambosos. I mean, it makes no fucking sense. Like, makes no sense at all. Okay, let's play it. Let's play it. Let's play this clip. Tyler Bet says Kambosos not the best, though. I know, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Kambosos isn't the best. Teo lost to Kambosos. I don't think Shakur would ever lose to Kambosos. So by that math, I'm rocking with Shakur. All right, let's play it.
What's going on, everyone? I just want to send you guys a little message to my fans, my supporters who've been riding with me, you know. Obviously, the news is coming out that no longer am I fighting on March 7th in Vegas. I'm okay. Health is good. No surgeries, nothing crazy like that. But I do need to take a little bit, some time off to you know, nurse these injuries that I have right now. It just sucks, you know, where it's not crazy like that, where I need to have surgery, but I have to rest it and let it heal and chill and do some physical therapy. So I'm gonna be on that mission. So that's it. But it's just a little bit delayed, nothing crazy. I'm still planning on fighting twice this year, so you know, look out.
Okay, so T-City, he got some nagging injuries. No surgery required, as he's saying, but it seems like the injury that he's dealing with, it would have got in the way of his training and probably training consistently for the fight. So he made the decision to pull out, do some PT, probably get back to training within a month or two. So shout out to Brian Ortega. Bro's heartbroken over Tracy, LOL. Not gonna lie, I'd eat Cortez ass. We getting married. That's crazy. Work me out, boy. Tyler Bet says Teo was ducking Haney too. Damn. Honestly, ducking Haney makes sense though, because Haney been fighting so fucking boring. Who wants to give that guy an opportunity? Devin Haney is the UFC equivalent of like an Ian Gary. In like multiple aspects. Like fighting style and also you know, kind of like being disliked by his peers. All right, let's watch this though. I'm not sure how many of you guys like some good old-fashioned college folk style wrestling, D1 wrestling, but I mean AJ Ferrari against Penn State you gotta watch this. Anytime it pops up on the timeline, you gotta watch this. Anthony Robertson still going off about Teo, winning in Australia, but it seems like Robertson now realizes it wasn't Teo who won in Australia. It was Devin who won in Australia. So he had it mixed up. Homie had it twisted. Yes, Anthony. I believe Devin Haney did go to Australia and win the belts. And Teo, you know, he lost the belts to Kambosos like I originally told you, homie. Anthony Robertson says boxing is not the UFC. Shout out to Anthony Robertson. He seems like he's having a good night. My man, Anthony Robertson. His name isn't T-City anymore. New name is Cameraman. Damn, Yana boy. Crazy work. Crazy work. Don't lie on me. Both did. Only one did, homie. All right, let's watch this wrestling match. Final 2 minutes or something like that of the match. So it was a close one. Even better. Even better. Looks like Ferrari got the dub. Colby going off on Patty and Justin. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I thought that Justin Gaethje looked really bad, but Patty looked even worse. So, you know, Justin looked just like a really old, slow, punch-drunk dude. I call him the king of CTE because he's been hitting the head a lot. So he's got that CTE, and he just looked bad. But, you know, Patty looked worse. He didn't look very good. He looked sluggish. He didn't look fast, hands down a lot. Just very amateur rookie mistakes that he made. But, you know, he's never been in a main event spotlight. So this is his first time getting the main event spotlight and all that requires of a main event fight. You know, it's a lot, man. The media week, the cutting the weight, the media just work you have to do in the lead up to the fight is just, you have to handle a big load. So I think he realized that, you know, it's a lot tougher.
Pause. Handle a big load. Pause. What's poppin', HT? Dropping in the chat saying, hey, Jay, what's poppin'? We just winding down on the stream now. We got a big day ahead of us tomorrow with, you know, the boxing card, the UFC 325 card. So I just hopped on stream to to cover some of the pressing news stories on the day. But tomorrow, you know, we got a long streaming day.
Up there than he thought it was. You know, he was talking a big game, saying he was going to be champion, saying he was going to be this and that, but he'd never been in that spotlight. And he got that spotlight and he didn't pass the test. You know, he froze under the pressure. So, you know, I didn't see anything special. It was a good fight for sure. People like seeing it, but what I saw in the fight, Justin just looked shot. He doesn't look like he has that dog left in him. You know, I don't know. He's just, the CTE really got to him.
The CTE really got to him. Oh my gosh, Colby. All right, last thing I think I'll show you guys is just the weigh-in clips. You know, I kind of just want to play the real weigh-in. For the one time. Teo Shakur weigh-in. Let's see the whole weigh-in.
Continues.
Meowed Boy says, yeah, tell them, Colby, coming from the guy that lost every big fight in his career. Soda Pop says, look up Burt Bronx. Okay, I'll look it up real quick. My bad. Matan, Evan, Burt, Bronx. Trick or Treat with Matan, Evan, and Burt Bronx. Got you. Well, here it is. Comedian. I guess he's a comedian. Shout out to Soda Pop. Meeting homie in person. Otto saying, see ya, have a great night, man. Everybody else too. My man Otto. Shout out to you, homie. I will have a great night after I get off stream, and you have a great night too. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow in the stream. This is the guy I spoke to face. He's schizo. Damn, he really is schizo? That's crazy work if he's schizo, Soda Pop. Kind of dangerous. Oh, here he is, Burt Bronx. A little free plug. YouTube channel. Oh, online, but we had cameras on. I got you. Shout out to Burt Bronx. J-Rag says, yo, what's up? When's there going to be a new Nick Diaz video? I don't got much for you on the Nick Diaz topic right now, homie. You know, I think the next time there will be a Nick Diaz video is the next time there's some real news about him, you know? But hopefully I don't have to make another video, because me making another video would imply something bad probably happened. So as for right now, there's no new Nick Diaz videos coming out, but shout out to all the Nick Diaz fans worldwide. You know, I'll bring that to you. You know, as soon as I need to bring you another Nick Diaz video, you know where to come to. You know where the source is. It's right here. Shout out to J-Rag for popping in the chat and asking that question. Nothing as of right now, homie, but something I thought about today was that, like, Nick is smiling in photos for the first time in a long time. So kind of interesting. Meowed Boy says, are we watching UFC February 13th? I mean, homie, why the fuck wouldn't we? We watch UFC every time it's on. Every time it's on. But why is it on February 13th? That's a Friday. I will be watching it, though. Okay, let's watch this weigh-in. Yeah, Soda Pop saying, I'm making my way up in the streaming world without even streaming. I want to stream from desktop and IRL stuff. That's my plan, but it's very expensive. IRL is pretty expensive. IRL is pretty expensive, Soda Pop. Don't underestimate the desktop. Desktop streaming is good too now. I mean, essentially, you know, Nick Fuentes desktop streams. He's the biggest streamer in the game right now. But whatever you want to do, homie, as long as you got a vision for it, you know, get it going. J-Rack saying facts, bro. Tyler Betts says you should do a Nick Diaz recap video, everything that's happened so far. Honestly, Tyler Betts, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe I could do that for you guys. Maybe I definitely could do that for you guys. A full comprehensive breakdown of where Nick is at, you know, right now. And explaining the whole 3-year backstory, or like 2-year backstory. All right. Shout out to Tyler Betts. That's a good recommendation for a video. Soda Pop says Clav does everything, so I'd want to be like him, but obviously not looks maxing. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, Clav does the desktop and he does IRL. All right, let's watch this. I want to see it all.
Challenger scale weigh-in under.
Let's see the whole thing. The whole show.
The challenge. The trap.
Junior and Senior absolutely cracks me up. Look at Teo Senior hit him with the bow at the end. Teo Senior was feeling himself more than his son was. Senior cracks me the fuck up, bro. Bro, I just got a notification. That they're going to block off the stream. This is ridiculous. Bro, don't block off the stream before we get to watch this fucking face-off, please. Please don't block off the stream before we get to see the face-off. Let me mute it. These motherfuckers are coming for much good on this. We pretty much good on this. What'd you boys have to say about it? Soda Pop saying, did you already talk about Pusha T stuff? Pusha T, homie. What the fuck does Pusha T got to do with anything? No, I haven't. I have not. Soda Pop says, isn't Shakur known for being boring? I mean, yeah, honestly, he is. Honestly, he is. That's why this fight could be a dud. But I mean, it's just two guys who, you know, they're tough to beat. You know, that's really one of the main reasons why this fight is worth tuning into. You got two of the best right now. Regardless of if Shakur is boring, you know, you got two of the best right now. Two of the best facing off against each other right now. You know, this is on the lines of a Ryan Garcia-Devin Haney fight. You know, it has the makings of a Ryan Garcia-Devin Haney fight. If they deliver, it could be one of the bigger fights of the year, but they got to deliver. And yes, Shakur is known for being boring. You are right. Miata Boy says, see, this dancing shit is gay. I know Volk was singing, but no shit like that. I get it. I get it. I get that. Honestly, I'll take dancing over singing, though, personally. Mark Hatch says, why is Buffer still doing this? Just enjoy your millions, LOL. I mean, homie, his voice was cracking. He was struggling at the press conference. I don't know if you watched it, Mark, but at the pre-fight press conference, Bruce Buffer's voice was going in and out, like super raspy, as if he lost his voice. I don't know if it was his age, he's just getting old, or he had like a long night the night before that, but, you know, his voice was essentially like gone at the pre-fight press conference when he was doing the introductions. Shakira, shout out Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn. Tio's, I think, hometown, Brooklyn. Mark Hatch says, yeah, but he's like slightly more exciting than Haney. Perfectly explained, Mark. Perfectly explained. I'd also say Tio is a bit less, you know, exciting than Ryan Garcia, unfortunately. But Tio is kind of the Ryan Garcia in this matchup. You know, he's more so the hitter. Mark Hedge clarifying and saying slightly, all caps. Why, Jacob, why did boxing guys never wear the belt? They just hold it. Why is that? Well, because there's like 6 belts, Miata boy. I think these guys, they do wear belts, you know, but they do elect to carry it more often. I'll give it to you. They elect to carry it more often, but you know, I have seen them. They like to rock at least one belt. You know, one belt around the waist, one draped around, you know, across the chest, across the body. Then they hold up the 2 belts. That's a very common one. You know, one around the waist, one around the body, holding up 2. The 4-belt era. Undisputed status. Shall we look it up? I mean, Devin. Let's just look it up because I'm kind of curious now. Devin Haney, undisputed. Okay, so yeah, Devin was holding the belts in this photo. Or he was wearing one of the belts in this photo. Here's a more clear one. Hold up. So here's Devin wearing the belt, carrying the belts. So they do put it on. They do. But here, you know, he's just carrying them. Right? Dev just carrying the belts here, not wearing them. There's several poses for the belts. Here he was also wearing it. Kind of cut off, but you can see at the bottom of the screen, Devin was wearing it. Glad we figured that out. Oh, Soda Pop says, what happened? How did they know you were watching it? I don't know, but I was just in the YouTube studio and a message popped up. It said, we detected viewer or yeah, some bullshit like that. Like you're watching a video that doesn't belong to you. I'm like, bruh, it don't matter. I got exclusive permission to watch that shit. All right. I reached out to Dazin myself and they said, yeah, have at it. Shout out to everybody in the stream right now, though. Like the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you got any questions, drop it in the chat. Oh, Miata Boy says, wait, they have 24-hour weigh-ins. They should cut weight like UFC fighters. Yeah, they got 24 hours in between weigh-ins. And these boxers, they do cut a lot of weight like UFC fighters. It's just a bit different because there's more weight classes. So they can fight in the weight class that kind of fits them as well. You know, kind of like how UFC fighters have been calling for a 160-pound division for years. Soda Pop says, Epstein files, bro. Pusha T got exposed. Damn. Damn, it's like the most talked about thing right now. Drake said Pusha T, more like Pusha Teens on his IG. He's one of the most popular rappers ever. Damn, I know Pusha T. I guess I got to doom scroll on X to find out about it. Tyler Betts says UFC will really have one up on boxing when Michael Buffer retires. They will. They will. Isn't it crazy? The UFC's still rocking the first guard, meaning like Bruce Buffer, Joe Rogan, Dana White. That's like the first guard right there. Miata Boy says, can't wait for Shama to hold the real belts. Triple champ Shama. Shit, hopefully. Hopefully. Ruby Z ain't or after robbing Loma. Yeah. Or no, Ruby Z. I don't know who you're talking about. Didn't Tio beat Loma? Did he not? Who the fuck beat Loma? Now I'm getting all confused. Yeah, Teo beat Loma, but then didn't also Devin beat Loma? Devin also beat Loma or what? Yeah, Devin also beat Loma. Very true. They both beat Loma. I can't believe Haney got to rematch Kambosos. That was some bullshit. Honestly, I stopped watching Haney after he beat Kambosos the first time. Haney versus Loma was a robbery. Yeah. Really? Really? I'm kind of telling you guys right now, I didn't even watch it. If I did watch it, I just spaced out because Haney's fights are so damn boring. Looks like he won by unanimous, though. Juice says, I wish we had like 2 more weight classes in the UFC. Yeah. Yeah, we could put a weight class in between 55 and 70, and we could put a weight class in between 70 and 85, Jew. That's why I'd like to see the weight classes between 55 and 70 and 70 and 85. The 2 15-pound gaps. Tyler Betts saying by robbery too. Damn. Yeah, I guess I got to go watch that fight. But, you know, Devin Haney, I'm finna fall asleep in like 5 minutes watching his ass. I already know it. I think I tried to watch the Lomachenko Devin Haney fight and I just like was not into it. This was only 2 years ago. You know, it was an old ass Loma too after Loma lost to Teo. The Teo Loma win was actually legit. The Devin Haney Loma win, couldn't be bothered with it. I want a heavyweight women's division where hair pulling is allowed. Damn. Crazy ass fucking idea, Soda Pop. Heavyweight women's division is crazy work. But honestly, I'd probably watch it more than I watch the regular women as we have it now. Just for the sheer freak factor of watching 2 250-pound women. I mean, I would love it. 250 pounds and up. You heard? I heard. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Mialda Boy says, go to a golf course bar. Yeah, you can always find a couple thickies at the golf course bar. Couple thick white ladies at the golf course bar. Guaranteed. All right, boys. So I will be live tomorrow for the fights. All right, I'll be live streaming tomorrow. Shout out to everybody who watched, who tuned into tonight's late night stream. We got a little boost in viewership at the end of the stream. That's always nice. So everyone who's just tuning in, you can watch the beginning of the stream to see what I had to say about Devin Haney or Team Haney versus Tiger Johnson after the Teofimo Lopes versus Shakur Stevenson weigh-ins. But yeah, tomorrow we got Teo versus Shakur. We got Volk versus Lopez 2, UFC 325. What are they calling Teo versus Shakur? They're calling it like the Ring 4 or something like that. Yeah, Ring 5. No, Ring 4, right? VI means 4. Who knows? Soda Pop saying, no way fights are tomorrow. Time going by too fast. Yeah, bro. Fights are tomorrow. This week did kind of just fly by. I'm not going to lie to you boys. This week did kind of fly by low key. Honestly, the last 3 weeks have flown by. Ruby Z saying, Lopez all the way today. Let's get it. Ring 6. Thank you, Mark. I was tripping about that, Mark. I was literally tripping. V is 5, VI is 6. Okay, thanks, Mark. I was straight tripping about that. I wasn't going to admit that to you guys. I was not going to admit that to you guys. I was just going to let that slide through. But since Mark gave me the correction, yeah, I'll admit it. I was like, fuck, I can't even read that Roman numeral. Like, I'm lost. Anyway, I do know Roman numerals. It's just been a minute since I fucking thought about it. Oh, Unbroken says, almost rather watch a Flat Earth video than Haney almost. Shout out to Unbroken. Good to see you in the chat, homie. Royal Rumble, better than Haney this weekend too. I mean, a lot of people do watch the Royal Rumble. I'll be watching, and Haney's not fighting. It's Shakur versus Teo. So tune in. HT says, it's a pretty shitty card, UFC 325, I admit. Shout out to HT. It's a pretty shit card. Not going to lie. Juice says, I want to make welterweight 175 and make a division at 165 and 195. Okay. All right. I could get behind something like that. Maybe bring 95 down to like 190. Something like that. 190 would be a good weight class, Jew, in my opinion. I would like to fight at that weight class, Jew. That's probably why I'm saying it. Me fight at 190, I think that'd be a solid weight class. That wouldn't be cutting too much weight for me. But it would still be a decent cut. Although 185 would kind of be perfect for me. That'd be like, you know, cutting weight on a UFC level. I should do a cut down to 185 and see how I look. Okay. So Teo Shakur is going to be on at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. That's when the main card starts, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then UFC 325. Wait, let's just look at the card real quick. Yeah, Keyshawn, Jermaine Ortiz, co-main. Bruce Carrington, solid fighter, undefeated, versus Carlos Castro. Damn, my brother. All right. Jarrell Miller versus Kingsley. And then we kind of fall off to some bullshit fights. You know, some up-and-comers. And then for UFC 325, that's going to be starting at what time? Sometimes the start times vary when they're in Australia, so let's find out. Okay, so the main card's going to start at 3 p.m. Eastern, or 3 p.m. Pacific, my bad. 2 p.m. Pacific. 2 p.m. Pacific, main card starts tomorrow. Honestly, boys, I'm not going to be watching these bullshit fights, though. I'm not going to be watching these bullshit ass, you know, road to UFC bouts. I'm not going to watch Con Ofley. But I'll tune in after Con Ofley. All right, boys? So after Con Ofley fights Yiza, I'm gonna go live. And I might even go live for Con Ofley just to get warmed up. But I'll definitely be live for Jonathan McAuliffe versus Obon Elliott. And then, you know, for the remainder of the card, I'll be live. But for these road to UFC fights, I'm definitely not going to be live. And, you know, I'll probably end up going live for Con Ofley. My fucking resident hardcore fan, Soda Pop, saying, nah, Jacob, you're crazy. Those first 3 fights are really, really, really good. I mean, homie, you were completely right about Ty Miller last weekend. You were completely right about him, so... I know. Here you are saying, Jacob, you got to watch Nakamura versus Lee. I told you about Ty Miller. I'm telling you again. All right. All right. All right, Soda Pop. You got your wish. You got your wish. I might just be fucking live for the whole card then. Because motherfucking Soda Pop. All right. Or I might just miss the first one. Soda Pop, can I miss the first one or what? Nakamura is like Conor McGregor. Damn, look at his Tapology photo, though. That's crazy. This is the guy Soda Pop's telling us is like McGregor. But I believe him. I believe him. I definitely believe him. Soda Pop don't lie to me. He never lies to me. W Soda. I mean, shit. Soda Pop getting me to go live for the whole damn thing. Say thank you to Soda Pop. Yeah, I missed the first one. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, so Soda Pop has given me permission to miss the first fight, but you know what I mean? Homie just said that Kichi Nakamura is like McGregor. I peeped the profile picture. This is must-see TV. We got to find out if this is the next McGregor right here. Asian McGregor? You kidding me? We got Asian McGregor on UFC 325 tomorrow, boys. Tune into the live stream from the first fight. We got all bangers. All right. Actually, I think it's a pretty good card. If these two fights are going to be good, I mean, I think the rest of the card is pretty good. You know, Mikalev, Oban Elliott, I'm down to watch it. Malkoun, Finney, I'm down to watch it. Cam Roston, Brundage, I'm down to watch it. Tafa, Elenkana, I'm a hate watch the fuck out of that one, hoping Junior Tafa loses. Quillen Salkill, Jamie Malarkey, I'm finna watch. Taitui Vasa, Taliesin, Teixeira, finna watch. Fiziev, Ruffy, definitely finna watch. Hooker, BSD, you already know. Volk, Lopez, you already know. We actually in for a decent card. I think we're getting thrown off from these Road to UFC bouts, but take Soda Pop's word for it. We got Japanese McGregor. We got Japanese McGregor. HT, I'll see you in there. HT, I'll see you in the stream. Let's tap in from the beginning, HT. Let's give him a chance. I know we were talking shit, HT, and I was with you, but now I'm changing my stance. I'm actually more excited for this card now. It's actually going to be a good card. It's actually going to be a good card tomorrow, boys. I know it. I know it is. I know it is. And, you know, coming from me, you know I'm very critical. So if I'm saying it's actually going to be a good card, you should take my word for it. First one is fun, but nothing special. Shinsuke Nakamura. No, his name is Kichiro Nakamura. Okay, Soda Pop saying Fan versus Kim is a grappling match. I love Kim, but don't like Fan. Potentially boring. If Kim fights his fight, it'll be fun. Okay, I'll watch it though. I'll watch it, Soda Pop. Make sure you're in the stream, homie. Make sure you're in the stream tomorrow if possible. If not, no worries. Miata Boy says I'm going to make steak tacos tomorrow. Sounds good to me. I could go for some steak tacos. Timu McGregor. Yeah, Japanese Timu McGregor. Whatever you want to call him, Tyler Betts. Let's find out tomorrow, though. If he's fucking the Japanese McGregor, I'm going to be fucking shook. Soda Pop says, look up Nakamura's knee KO on Road to UFC. It was crazy. I will. I'll look that up. Rising level McGregor. Slumped cold, face down, ass up. Guy was out cold for like 5 minutes. Damn. Miata Boy says, I'm watching the whole card. I mean, me too then, Miata Boy. I'm going to miss the first fight. But after that, I'm watching the whole card. Watch what I sent you in DMs, Nakamura and knee KO. Okay. Let's end the stream on that. Unbroken's dropping the song of the day. Nakamura's theme song. But I think we're actually going to end the stream on whatever Soda Pop just sent me. Why not end the stream on a good ass fucking knockout? Why not? Why not? Oh, he got the Kaposa repost? Shit, if you boys not following Kaposa, what are you doing? If you boys not following Kaposa, what are you doing? Shout out to Kaposa. All right, Nakamura's in the red. Let's see this shit. Yo, he is kind of like McGregor. I can already see it. Flying knee incoming. Damn. Damn.
Guys had a blitz. He knew.
Damn, I fuck with him. I fuck with him. I fuck with homie after that. The Sally guy is really good too, so it'll be a scrap. All right, I got you. The Sizzly. I don't even know how to say his name. Sizzly. Damn, that was a solid ass KO though. One more time. Wait, hold up. Hold up, my bad. I got in the way of that one. Holy smokes. Ruby Z says meh. I'm not gonna lie. Soda Pop hyped it up a little bit. I expected it to be more of a flying knee, but it was still pretty good. Still a pretty good KO. And he definitely does show shades of McGregor. That was a pretty good knockout. Great timing on it. He didn't even have to fucking jump up. He just had to lift it up. Dan Hooker-esque. Dan Hooker, Jim Miller-esque. You feel me? Boom. Caught him. HT saying, if he the Timu McGregor, then he must be an average fighter. Damn, HT. Damn, HT. I feel you. I feel what you're saying, HT. But maybe, you know, just sharing my opinion, maybe Soda Pop didn't mean it so literal. I think maybe Soda Pop meant it as a compliment. So maybe not so literal. I do get what you're saying, HT, like completely. I completely get what you're saying. Completely get what you're saying. But I think Soda Pop probably meant it more as a compliment. So hopefully, with that being said, hopefully Nakamura doesn't have the same type of flaws McGregor had. Because like I said, I know exactly what you're saying. Shinsuke does a bonsai knee in WWE 2. Nakamura W tomorrow. Yeah, I think Nakamura W tomorrow. Unbroken says he's kind of a twink. Damn, Unbroken. You're not wrong, homie. He got the blonde hair. We know what that means, Unbroken. We know what that means. That's a little inside joke. You had to be on the Ryzen New Year's stream to know about it. But shout out to Unbroken. Yeah, Soda Pop says it's just that his style resembles McGregor to me. I got you. I got you, Soda Pop. I got you. You meant it more as a compliment. And, you know, he's probably got, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see tomorrow, and I'll share my opinion about Nakamura. Kevin from Chicago says, drop the link. I'll call in quickly. Kevin, long night, homie. Long night. Long night, homie. I got to get going. I got to get going, Kevin. I got a pint of Halo Top ice cream waiting for me right now. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go eat my pint of Halo Top ice cream. Maybe we can do some call-ins tomorrow, but I need to get my rest in. Tomorrow we got bets in place. HT and Tyler Betts, where are you at? We got bets in place tomorrow, okay? We got a 200 push-up bet versus a blue-faced baby, $100 with HT. Okay, I'm announcing the bets right now to confirm them. 200 push-ups or $100 from HT Dono style. Okay, so tune into the stream tomorrow. We could be doing 200 push-ups if... Who's the fight that we bet on? The fuck did we bet on, HT? HT, which one did we bet on? We had to have bet on Volk Lopez, huh? And I picked Volk, you got Lopez. And then Tyler Betts, I think it's what, $80 for 80 push-ups for $40. So Tyler Betts and I, we got an 80 push-ups for $40 bet. And I believe I got Dan Hooker, he got BSD. So, you know, I'm rocking with an underdog and a favorite for my bets. Okay, Volk Lopez, right? Barney Gumble Rap says, I know it sounds impossible, yet Jerry Lopez will put Volkswagen off ski to plaster. I love the puns, Barney. Volkswagen is actually gold. I'm going to start calling him that more. Unbroken says, Halo Top, low calorie fam. Straight up, though. Straight up. I needed a fucking sweet treat tonight. I'm dying. I'm dying on the diet, boys. Look, I got the Gatorade Zero from the store because I'm fucking dying of cravings right now. And I had to pick up a Halo Top as well. Ruby Z saying, Halo Top, what flavor, homie? I believe I got like chocolate brownie, Ruby Z. It's like 360 calories for the whole pint. Juice Man says we still live, homie. Shit, homie. You know we stay live. We stay live. And the boys be trying to keep me on here for a minute, but I always love that. It's much appreciated. Kevin says, oh wait, mint chocolate or vanilla? I got chocolate brownie, I'm pretty sure. Kevin says, Jacob, I said drop a link, don't ghost me, real talk. Homie, come on, we can't be doing this tonight. Halo top on sale today, Unbroken. Yeah, it was like $4.99 or $4.49 instead of $7.49. HC says, chat gonna see Jay do 200 push-ups tomorrow, Volk Lopez, or chat gonna see me get a nice $100 dono from HT. One or the other. One or the other. Kevin says, I need to talk to you for my mental. This is your last chance to prove you're my kin. Prove you're a soldier. Drop a Discord for 5 minutes tops. You're such a motherfucker, Kevin. It's actually insane how big of a motherfucker you are. And I'm going to do it for you for the one time, Kevin. But this is your only... All right, like... This is the only beg you're gonna get from me, all right, homie? I'm not gonna let these begs, and it's okay. You know, don't feel bad because I'm using the word beg, all right? But you are really demanding it, and we're not gonna make this a usual thing, Mr. Kevin. But you fucking got me, you crazy motherfucker. You crazy motherfucker. You got me. All right. Don't hit me in the feels when you say shit like, this is your last chance to prove you're my kin. All right. You got me, motherfucker. You got me. You see the fucking link in the chat. I don't need to announce it. All right. Look at the boys. I'll deliver, says Kevin. Tyler Beth says LOL. Kevin saying it's a Friday night. $4.99 the most I would pay for a Halo top pint. Unbroken says no Gatorade, zero is aspartame. I know, homie, but I had to. W from Kevin. Is Kevin a twink? Twink from Chicago confirmed. All right, hang on. Hey, we got Kevin in the chat. Hold up. What up, Kevin? Wait, hang on. Let me bring you up to the main screen, Kev. Kev, my kin, Kev. Kev, I'm your kin, right?
You better ask I am, baby.
All right, let's go.
Wait. What I meant to say was, better believe it.
Better believe it.
That's what I meant to say.
I got you. All right.
I've been sipping a little bit, sipping a little Jack. So
oh, that's fine.
I just want to give you.
Damn, what you on right now? You're at the racetrack? The audio is fucked, Kevin. The audio is fucked. Say that again.
No, I just said I'm out at the Rivers Casino, at the parking lot. Where the action's at.
My man.
All about that action.
What'd you play tonight? Blackjack or something? I
played Baccarat. I played Texas Hold'em. I hit a king. The motherfucker had pocket ace.
Damn.
The flop was king 5-5. I had king jack. And it's like, what am I going to do? I go all in on turn. He flops aces. And then he flips trips with the ace on the river.
Damn, he hit the full house. I was just going to say, anytime that board is paired, you got to be careful too.
I'm not folding the hand. I got the king jack. Like, what? You folding it anytime?
Huh?
Are you going to fold that hand at any time? I flop a king jack. Goes king 5-5. He checks. I got like $120 behind. Pot is $220. I'm all in. I just shove it. And he snaps it off.
It wasn't a bad play on your behalf. If you're going to go all in, the turn was the time to do it.
He kind of trapped me because I raised, called. I raised the call, but I'm playing with a short deck. Like you people play like 1-3, they buying for $500. There for 150, $200.
I
so
see.
It's like if I get a hand and I hit a flop, I'm pretty much all in.
Yeah, you were short stacked. You bought in short stack.
But you know what? Hold on.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna take a shot of that jack and head back in there.
Oh yeah, I got my jack in the little bottle right here.
Shout out!
So
shout out to the jack.
There?
Huh?
I'm thinking I'm gonna put it in my coat pocket, and then I'm coming back in with a couple hundred.
Hell yeah, my fucking soldier.
120, 160. I got about 3 bills, so.
All right, bro. Hey, I'm wishing you luck. I'm wishing you luck. Go get that money back.
Better believe it, soldier.
You gonna play blackjack, or what you gonna play to get it back?
I went and resupplied. I went to the liquor store, closing at 2. I got there at 1:55. Got my Jack Daniels, like a real street soldier. Chicago, Illinois, Midwest. We're cut from a different cloth out here, man.
No, you different,
homie. You guys represent that West Coast, represent that stock, but Floyd Mayweather said it best. Best fighters come from the Midwest.
That's facts.
We're just tougher out here, man.
That's facts.
We're just
I'll give it to you.
out here, man.
Midwest boys built different. I got to give it to you.
We're built different. You look like someone like Matt Hughes, like Clay Guida.
Yeah, the best wrestlers come from the Midwest too. A lot of the best wrestlers come from the Midwest.
Just tough motherfuckers. Like they're not like elite athletes or like technicians. They're just tough motherfuckers, man. They're just tough ass motherfuckers. But then you get some guys like Nick Diaz that Diaz boys, they break the mold. They show what's possible. So I know they're cut from a different cloth and they show their worth. So you gotta respect that. But even Jake Shields, he's a West Coast guy, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's a tough motherfucker. You see that Dan Henderson fight?
Of course.
I mean, damn. So you gotta respect it. There's tough fighters all over the world, but in my honest opinion, the Midwest toughest motherfuckers in the world.
I feel you.
Problem is, Dana White, they don't want to give those blue collar, the guys, they're not going to say much. They're going to just put their head down. They don't like that. They're wrestlers. They might grind on the leg for a couple rounds. They don't want that. They want Alex Pereira. They want Protez. They want Luque.
They want the showman.
Ian Machado Gary. I mean, that's what they want. Joe Silva said it best. Joe Silva?
Joe Silva.
This is probably before your time.
What'd he say?
He said, wrestlers are sport killers.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, wrestlers will kill the sport. They get on top and they just control. So, I mean, this is nothing new. They've been breeding out wrestlers for a long time. And it's no surprise. You got people like Sean Malley. You got people like Alex Pereira. Protez coming up. This is all by design.
I would say I don't even blame the wrestlers as much as I blame the rule set. I think the rule set in the UFC has breeded this culture of lay and pray. You know what I mean? The rule set lets them get away with it. So I don't blame the wrestlers as much as I actually blame the rule set. So cutting out the wrestlers, it's not going to change anything because, you know, they found a way to game the system and play it to their advantage, which is to get a takedown and then, you know, just use up the clock, essentially.
Hold on. I can't see you. Put your camera on?
I can't use my camera because it's on the stream right now. I can't use the camera on two places.
Are you screen sharing?
I am. Yeah, you're on the stream. You're on YouTube right now.
You put me on blast? How do I look?
You look great, bro. They're saying they love it. They're saying, bro, I'm crying. Perry's fan base is genuinely chill.
Look at that beard. A full fucking beard, baby. That's Polish genetics.
Full on
I got
beard.
a full beard.
Homie rocking the glasses. Got a fresh cut. Hoodied up.
Right. That's right, baby.
Hoodied up.
It's looks maxing. It's looks maxing 2026. I'm back in the gym. I'm trying to hit that creatine, trying to hit that protein. I gotta bulk up, baby.
Let's go, Kevin. Hey, let me get you out of here on this one, all right? I gotta go eat my ice cream after this.
No. I got time. We gotta talk for a minute. Because I've been sitting on your live streams for fucking hours at a time. So it's my turn. I want to talk to you, Jacob.
Okay, what you got? Hit me with one more thing.
All right, Bubba. Let me think.
We'll get you on again. Don't worry about it, Kevin. We'll get you on.
I mean, I could go the easy route with the Diaz shit, but that drama's that's old news. You know what I like about you? You have in that Joaquin, you helping Buck versus
Yes.
Buckley. You like kind of took him under your wing, gave him exposure. I mean, he's doing your a favor too because he's a big name coming on your channel. But I appreciate that that collab.
Hell
you guys do a good job.
I'm glad that you see
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, I'm glad that you see that. You know, it's kind of a mutual relationship. I think he benefits a lot from coming on the channel, and I benefit a lot from having him on as well.
Yeah, it's like you hit pretty good hits on your Instagram. That's
Definitely.
where the money's made, right? On Instagram, them Instagram hips.
No, more so YouTube and TikTok.
Okay.
Instagram don't pay me shit, homie. Believe it or not.
Bro, you got to get on that merch. Sell merch on your Instagram page.
Yeah.
Like that full violence stuff. Like that's what they were doing. They're just an Instagram page, and all of a sudden they linked up with fighters, and all of a sudden they're collabing. They're selling merch. Like, I think that's the next step.
All right, bro.
You got a good little system right now with that Perry Punch Instagram page.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's steady engagement. Like every post, people are commenting, people are liking. So I always wonder about that. What about Twitter? What about X?
Yeah, bro.
They pay pretty
We got
good.
X, we got TikTok, but yeah, if you're asking about financials, Instagram the only one that doesn't pay. YouTube pays, TikTok pays, Twitter pays, just not IG.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
but it looks like the chat wants merch too, so I think we got to drop some merch with my sayings and shit like that. I think that's the next step.
For sure, bro.
Maybe get a little hat going or something like that. I think the boys are gonna like that. And I'm gonna send it to you for free. I'm gonna send you a care package for free for the idea. If we make shirts, you get one for free. If we make hats, you get one for free.
You're bullshitting.
No bullshitting. Come on, Kevin. You think I would bullshit you like that? We can, bro. We fucking can.
We can, brother. We street soldiers.
We street soldiers. Wrestlers.
Even though you're a little bulky motherfucker, you wrestled at 174?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. We pulled out the trophy.
What was up?
I think it was like 170.
I wrestled my senior year. How much do you think I wrestled at?
Well, if you're calling me a bulky guy, you probably would mean that you're lighter than me. So you wrestled maybe 150.
103.
Damn, bro.
103 pounds my senior year.
Damn.
I was like 120 cutting down. I won the state title, Illinois, IHSA. But fucking Illinois was look at the fucking they're patrolling me.
Is that the 12 behind you?
Illinois is one of the toughest wrestling states in the country. It's like Illinois, Pennsylvania. California's up there, definitely. They made some strides.
Yeah.
Like New Jersey, fucking Pennsylvania, Ohio, stuff like that. But yeah, I won a state title, 103 pounds, and the cut was man. My coaches were fucking hardcore. I
Yeah, I'm
had
sure
this
they were.
redneck. My coach was redneck from Indiana. He was a hard ass. He was drilling me. But I don't regret it. But I ended up winning a state title my senior year, 103 pounds. Fargo All-American my junior year. I took 8th place at Fargo. I beat like fucking multiple state champions from California, Georgia, Indiana. It was absurd, man. That Fargo tournament, you know that one?
Of course I know Fargo. That's one of the top ones.
It's the toughest tournament in the motherfucking nation, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first round, you run into a state champion, and it's ridiculous. But
it's basically like all the state champs come together to compete in one tournament, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to have some serious titles to go compete there.
Yeah. So I got my Fargo plaque on the wall, All-American. And then you know what else I did? I went to Harper College, junior college. I wrestled with Curtis Blades. Clay Guida went there. Who else? I forget. There was a couple other, but them junior college wrestling teams, like Kobe Covington went to Iowa Central. I was recruited. Like they tried to recruit me to go to Iowa Central, where John Jones went, where Kobe Covington went, but I ended up going to Harper College. I wrestled there for 2 years. I didn't do nothing special. I was fucking off too much, but yeah, man, that was my life for a long time. Like, summer wrestling, that's where the difference made. Like you wrestle all year round in the summer, you go into the off-season tournaments, you traveling across the country. That's what I did. I did that shit, and it paid off. And I won
That's dope.
Big tournaments. So
that's dope, bro.
You didn't do that shit though, did you? Did you like go around?
I wrestled in the high school. Never wrestled before high school, but the off seasons, you know, I did get a lot of matches in the off season.
Okay.
Because like you're saying, you know, the off seasons where you make a lot of those strides. Like I saw so many times where guys who weren't that good, they dedicated themselves in the off season and they won a fuck ton of matches that following year. So yeah, I used to get some work in the off season too. It's not enough just to, you know, start training again once the season starts. Because like you said, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's fucking all year round.
Year round sport.
All year round. That's what my coach like instilled in me. Like one of his biggest, I don't know, points of emphasis was it's all year round, man. You can't take no breaks off. So in the summer when the sport died down, I was fucking doing the tournaments, the camps. I was doing the Fargos and all that shit. Cost a lot of money. Like my grandparents paid for that shit, luckily, but paid off.
Yeah.
Made me into a tough ass motherfucker.
Yep. And you take that with you for life. But all right, Kevin, let me respond. Let me send the boys out on the stream tonight. Great talking with you. I'll get you on again. My man, don't ever forget this one. We made it happen. And
you came through, baby. I'm buzzing like a motherfucker, sipping on Jack.
Hell yeah, this was good
Jack
entertainment.
Daniels feeling good.
The chat loved it. The chat absolutely loved it. Now go get your money back. All right, good luck. We all wishing you luck. Me and the streets, we with you. Oh, you up already?
I'm already up. I just gotta go double it.
Okay, go double it. Me and the streets, we with you, homie. We with you.
Hey, I'm counting on that. I'm counting on that merch, baby. Get that shit rolling.
I know.
I'll be the first customer.
Everyone's dropping their ideas for merch. I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna end the stream. So, peace out, Kevin. I'll see you in stream tomorrow.
My guy.
Stay safe, homie.
Good seeing you, bro.
All right, drive home safe.
Appreciate you.
Peace out. All right. Shit. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to fucking Kevin from Chicago. All right. Just a straight shout out to Kevin. Now let me read the chats. Space Kid says you definitely need to get on a call to conversate with supporters more, get their thoughts instead of typing. I mean, I think we're onto something, Space Kid. We're definitely onto something. And I'm not opposed to it. I'm down to get you guys on. Tyler Betts says, ha ha ha, he didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know he was live at first. He did not know he was live at first, I guess, but shit. I know Kevin didn't mind. What did he expect? Kevin got to be live. We only do this shit live, boys. Unbroken says Perry's going to be here still at 8 a.m. I know. I got to get out of here and eat my fucking Halo top already. Unbroken says, is he calling Buck a Postanoki? I know he did cut out at that point in time, but no, he was just saying he likes the relationship that I got with Buck. He likes how I show him love. And, you know, I appreciate him saying that. I definitely appreciate him saying that because I'm pretty much one of the only media outlets who does continuously push Joaquin no matter what. Space Kid says, facts, I'll buy merch. Bros, onto something. I'm going to get this merch going. You guys are dropping good ideas. Tyler Betts saying W stream. Space Kid again saying drop merch, bro. Unbroken with the first idea, make a fleshlight. Tyler Betts says, nah, do members first emojis. Oh, yeah, I got to do these members emojis and the fucking merch. All right, we getting onto it. Drop a jacket. I saw some of your guys' chats, so I'm trying to get to them. The jacket idea was great. Something about the streets was great. Jay, you need merch. Something with the street logo. HT, you guys are onto something. Space Kid and HT, you guys are onto something. A hoodie with the streets on it. You guys are onto something. We're going to make this shit happen. A photo of Perry and Buck in pink. Heart would break the net. That would be good. Perry Punch flavor creatine no Diddy. I mean, shit. Perry Punch flavored creatine, no Diddy. What would my flavor be? I think something with mango. Coconut mango. Sounds good to me. Bro's a mosquito weight. 103. Halo Top Perry flavor. Shit. Let's make a Halo Top Perry flavor. Chocolate peanut butter banana is what I'm rocking with. All black jacket, says Space Kid, with your logo or something with the streets. Space Kid, that's the idea right there, homie. That's the idea. That's the idea that I saw, and I was like, damn, he's onto it. He's literally nailed it. All black hoodie, you 100% right. I like the black hoodie idea with the logo. 100%, you got to put the logo. And then the streets. We got to put the streets. I'm thinking big, bold. The streets. Straight on the back. The streets. Maybe we rock like, streets on the front too. Just streets, right? Street or streets right here. And then we'll do like a subtle Perry Punch logo, maybe somewhere down here. You feel me? I like that idea. I like that idea. Space Kid has the idea. Fred Perry socks with a logo. I mean, the socks too. Socks would be fire, or beanie. I mean, I think I like beanie. Space Kid, I think I like beanie, and I think I like a hat. I like beanie, and I like a hat. Hoodie as well. T-shirts as well. You know, I think I've been meaning to drop a 100,000% T-shirt because that's one of my sayings. You know, 100,000%. I always say that. So I got to drop some shit like that. The shit I always say, I got to drop it. Haney wanted to punch, but his legs said, hell no, you got to move out the way. Yeah, good thing Devin wasn't involved in that. Apparently, everyone who was involved got banned from MSG, so at least Devin can still fight there in the future. Nick vs. Nate beef t-shirt. Tyler Betts, another golden idea. Straight up, though. That's a golden idea. They're beefing with the picture of them. Come on now. Come on now. We could make that shirt like tomorrow, bro. I got to figure out how to sell this shit, though. Chainfire Addict, make sure you subscribe, homie. Make sure you subscribe, homie. We live every day. If you like the chat, if you like the stream, we live every day. Chainfire asking Tyler who he's siding with. Siding with Nate. Yeah, we siding with Nate. We team Nate over everything. We team Nate. Unbroken says, I'm definitely going to be on another hour. No, I'm getting out of here ASAP. But all these chats, you guys are going to keep me in here for a fucking hot minute. Space Kid says Perry's for the people. You boys know I'm for the people. Come on now. Nick Diaz, Perry Fent test kit. Oh my God, I'm broken. Chain Fire Addict. I'm a Nick fan, but little brother is 100% right. Sometimes big brother gotta be humble. Facts, Chain Fire Addict. Make sure you subscribe once again, homie. And yeah, we on little bro Nate's side. We on little bro Nate's side. We team Nate, and we are team Diaz in general. Space Kid saying make beanies. HT says Perry Punch and the Streets tease. We gonna make it happen. Kevin says Street Soldier. He called me mosquito weight. I wrestled all the way up to 152. Good night, Patriot. Good night, my man. Good night, my kin. Kevin from Chicago. Thanks for calling in, homie. Glad we made that happen. Tyler Betts says punch. Kevin says, don't disrespect me stature or size. That's one thing I don't tolerate. I'm a respectful soldier and we're all built in God's image. I mean, Kevin couldn't have said it better. We're all built in God's image. With that being said, you know, I think it's all right to mess around and troll a little bit. You know, we keep it light here. We keep it funny. We keep it friendly. All right. No disrespect. Or shall I say, with all due respect. With all due respect. As long as you say with all due respect, you could say whatever you want. I'm of that belief. Fist logo street. I got you, HT. I got you. Kevin says that's completely disrespectful and sus. I'm a street soldier certified. You want to watch MT wrestling highlights? Oh, my wrestling highlights. Jacob, I'm sending you my wrestling highlights. Send them over, Kevin. Send them over. Ruby Z, let's see Guru with the top off. Castro, I have said that. I have said that. Chain Fire Addict says, yeah, man, subscribed on another account too. Hell yeah, Chain Fire. My man. Just making sure you locked in. Kevin says, brother, watch my wrestling highlights real quick. Give me your honest opinion. Kevin, not tonight. I'll get to it though. Not tonight though. Unbroken saying sorry. It was off the cuff. No worries, Unbroken. We keep it light in the loafers here, 100%. Kevin says, my wrestling is elite. Inouye elite wrestling technique. Kevin Malaric wrestling on YouTube. Close on that. I'm closing now. We out this bitch. We're closing out this bitch. I got to go eat my Halo Top ice cream. It's been too long. It's been too long. Shout out to everybody watching. I will be live tomorrow for the fights. Kevin, you're going to have to pop off, homie, because we're not playing it. But shit, we'll play it another time, Kevin. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the fights. Peace out. Thanks everyone who watched. Kevin from Chicago, HT, Unbroken, Chain Fire Addict, Space Kid, Tyler Betts, Dylan, Miata Boy, and everyone else who tuned in. AD Kid, you know, Otto, all the regulars. Barney Gumble Burp, Juice Man, Ruby Z, Soda Pop, can never forget Soda Pop whenever he pops in. Mark Hatch. Everybody in the streets. Jew. Shout out to the main man, Jew. Day one, Jew. And shout out to everybody else in the streets. J-Rag. Everyone in the streets. Shout out to you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Anthony Robertson. All right, we're going to end on that one. Anthony Robertson. I'll see you boys tomorrow. Peace out. Peace out to all you boys.